sheep fence going up. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome to Farm Alarm. I'm Ashley. As you can see, trees, they gone. Field, it's burnt. And the UPS man dropped off some Premier1 fence. And if you haven't seen those videos, we'll link that right here. So let's get this fence put up.
Hey, we're gonna put the fence up there.
Are you kidding me?
So the reason why we're actually not putting the fence up down on the back 40 yet is because a few reasons. We have to really get that dirt worked up into shape. We actually want to sow some seed into all that ground. Probably do a real nice mix of maybe like fescue and maybe some red clover, maybe something else in there as well. Just so it's a real nice grass for those sheep to be eating on. But of course, if we put those sheep down there right now, you know, that grass is never gonna grow. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put all this 450 foot fence up here right now, and it's actually going to work really good because our other Premier1 electric poultry net fence, which you see right here behind me that we have for our chickens, it all runs off of a solar panel that we have mounted right on top of the small Dirksen building that we have there, and which runs a battery. So that Energizer runs this fence, which is only like a half a joule, which really isn't, I don't think, enough, because we have two sections of that fence, and that half a joule was fine for the poultry net when it was just one fence, which is like 164 foot. So you get two of those together, that half joule really doesn't do much. So on this 450 foot run, we've actually have a 2 joule set up on that Energizer, which I think is going to I think is going to be more shocking. So anyway, let's get this fence put up, and I do appreciate Ashley running that fence down there. I didn't quite tell her that, you know, what the real plans were, but we're going to put it up here. Stay tuned, watch us how we do it. When we install the Premier fence, the key is tightness. So what I like to do after we get the first initial post set, you really want to get this bottom line right here real tight. And so I'm going to bring my boot up against that and pull it as tight as possible while also keeping the fence straight in line. And then we'll step on this secondary post here, or the secondary spike. This is a 90-degree corner. You split a 90 in half, you got 245. So at a 45-degree angle, you want to put another fence post in right here and have a tie-back string from the top and maybe even the middle of the fence tied back to that pole. Now, Premier sells these extra fiberglass rods that you're supposed to put into the ground, and we put them in at a little bit of an angle like this, and then at that point, you can tie that string to it, and with it at that angle, being a fiberglass rod, it'll pull tension. Well, what happens is when the sun's out, it really kind of softens up that fiberglass rod, and in about two weeks or even a week, that fiberglass rod will be permanently bent over. We'll actually put a metal T-post. Now, you don't want this T-post touching the fence, because at that point, you know, you're going to ground that fence out and it's going to spark to this ground rod. So what we do is, again, we'll keep it about 12 inches away, and then we'll use that tie-out rod to tie into this fence post and to keep your entire fence really tight. Cover your ears. My impressions on this this PermaNet is the style of Premier1 fence that this is. I like it a lot better. The poles, the posts, wouldn't you say, are a noticeable difference bigger than the poultry net that we use for the chickens. So we really hope that you stay with us on our journey on these sheep. Within like 12-13 hours, we'll have our 2 ewes here in this fence, and hopefully they'll get used to the fence soon.
Hopefully they'll get used to the traffic.
Go ahead.
Hopefully they'll get used to the traffic driving by as well.
Yeah, so the sheep that we're getting are going to be off-grid sheep, and we're turning them into on-grid sheep. And we've got a big surprise for you guys who we're actually getting the sheep from, and that was a little tip for you, a little hint. And so anyways, we'll see you guys on the next one.